So we're back on the hard courts this week in Washington as part of the US Open series, of course going into the US Open that's starting in about 5 or 6 weeks. Let's go look at who's not playing this week because there are some big names that are not playing in Washington this week. So Alexandrova, she's not playing this week. Anisimova, the Wimbledon finalist, also not playing. Badosa, she's going out for a while because of injury, so unfortunately not playing here. Kruger's also not playing, and Zhang has also pulled out after getting surgery on her elbow. So some big names there that are not playing in this tournament, but let's go look at who is playing because it's a pretty big event. All right, starting at the top of the draw, we've got 8 seeds in this one, and the top 4 seeds get a bye in the first round, starting with Pegula. Number 1 seed, she gets a bye in the first round. She'll take on the winner of Fernandez and Joint, who are playing in that first round. Then you've got a qualifier taking on Maria. Winner of that will take on either Baptiste or the number 6 seed Kenin in the second round. Then you got the number 3 seed Rybakina gets a bye in the first round. She'll take on either Potapova or Mboko in the second round. Then you got Venus Williams, who's back for the first time in a while, taking on Stearns. Winner of that will take on either a qualifier or the number 5 seed Frere. So, pretty interesting draw. It's not as stacked as what's going to happen in the next few weeks with the 1,000 events, but for a 500 event, it's pretty stacked. Of course, you've got to watch out for Pegula. You've got to watch out for Rybakina as well. Both very capable on the hard courts. But I'll be looking out for Venus Williams because, of course, we haven't seen her for a while and we don't know when she is going to hang up the racket. Hopefully not this year, but she's going to be playing again and it'll be really interesting to see how she can progress. Bottom half of the draw now, you've got the number 8 seed Lynette taking on Collins in the first round. Winner of that will take on either Kalinskaya or a qualifier in the second round. Then you've got Kessler taking on another qualifier. The winner of that will take on the number 4 seed Towson in the second round. Then you've got the number 7 seed Kostyuk taking on Raducanu, blockbuster first round. Winner of that will take on either Osaka or Putin Saver in the second round. So again, just blockbusters all around. Then you've got Zachary taking on Bolter. Winner of that match will take on the number 2 seed Navarro in the second round. That part of the draw, that little quarter of the draw, the bottom quarter, crazy stacked, and it'll be really fun to see who actually gets out of that section. But of course, you've got to watch out for Navarro. Number 2 seed hasn't had a great year so far, so hopefully back on the hard court, she can regain some form. Also got to watch out for Towson as well. Has been really good over the last 12 months. But then it's some of these lower ranked players. Of course, you've got to watch out for Kostyuk. Didn't have a great grass season, but we'll see how she does on the hard courts. Of course, you've got to watch out for Raducanu. Got to watch out for Osaka as well, who's back on her favorite surfers. So it's going to be really fun to see what kind of matchups we get out of that section because it is going to be wild. So there it is, Washington. It's a 500 event, but pretty stacked for a 500 event on the women's side. Of course, we've got Canada next week, and then we've got Cincinnati after that, and then the US Open after that. So it's a pretty interesting little section of the tour, I guess, and the US Open series, as it used to be called. But who's going to win the event? Let me know down in the comments below. Do you think it's going to be Pegula, who made the final of the US Open, of course, last year? Do you think it's going to be one of those unseeded players? It's very stacked with a lot of good unseeded players playing in this one. But there it is. That's Washington. Starts tomorrow.